All right, welcome back to another one of our film reviews. Today we are talking Seahawks rookie defensive lineman Byron Murphy. Murphy has come back to the Seahawks after an injury start to his career. He's making a massive impact for this Hawks defense. Looks like a weapon for them going forward. As always, if you appreciate this content, give us a like, give us any comments with any feedback you might have. But without further ado, let's jump right into the film. All right, we're going to open up with a run defense, and there's Murphy right there in the middle of your screen. He's lined up in what we call a two-eye technique, two inside eye. If he was head up on the guard, we may call that a two technique. If he was over here on the outside shoulder, we'd call that a three technique, but he's on the inside eye. So again, we call that a two-eye, meaning he's an A-gap player in this situation by alignment. Now, what the Falcons are going to try and do, they're going to try and do a funky kind of zone concept here to the left side of your screen. You're going to have the left tackle work this direction. You're going to have a left guard work this way, then work up to the next level. The center is going to try and reach and then base block Murphy. We're going to get kind of a zone double team on the backside, working him to the next level. They're actually going to bring a man in motion across the formation here to try and lead through at the point of attack just like this. And they're going to get the running back Robinson right here taking this path right here. Most likely he's going to try and follow that lead blocker, but if there's a lot of movement here and these guys go this way, Robinson has the option to cut it back. Here what the Hawks do defensively is they take Murphy, they actually have him gap responsibility switch here by slanting him to the right side of the offense, left side of the defense. So he goes from being this A-gap defender to this A-gap defender right here. Beats the center clean for a big play for the defense. Let's check it out. All right, there's the motion. There's a snap. You can see Murphy jumping across the center's face. You see left tackle, left guard. They're all working right there that direction. Zone double team on the backside. You can see where the play is designed to hit. Watch the fullback try and lead through the hole, or running back number 34 right there. 7 Robinson's supposed to take this track and then follow him up in there. But I tell you what, Murphy right here jumps inside, fights through the block, makes a tackle for loss. Great rep. You can see the assignment responsibility flip. 0 is supposed to be this A-gap defender by alignment. Murphy's supposed to be this A-gap defender by alignment. They switch responsibilities. Murphy's this guy. 0 comes across for that A-gap. In this situation, when you do an assignment responsibility flip like this, you've got to make the play. Right here, the center chooses wrong. He goes off on 0. Well, I guess he doesn't really choose wrong, but he doesn't make a good decision, doesn't help out his backside guard very much. It allows Murphy to fight over the top, make the tackle for loss. Nice rep here from 91. All right, let's take a look at it from the wide copy. Watch Murphy right here jump across the center's face so quickly. Right there, it's not great. You're kind of pinned inside, but he keeps working through and makes the play. Obviously, his assignment primarily was to be this backside A-gap defender. And when the running back's running to you, if you're going to be that backside A-gap defender, you got to have the athleticism to fight through the trash and make the play. He does here. Nice rep from the rookie. All right, going with some pass rush now. There's Murphy right there, once again lined up in what I'm going to call a two-eye technique here. The Falcons are going to slide their protection to the left side of the offense, the right side of your screen. So the center's going to take this A-gap here. Guard's going to take that B-gap. Tackle's going to take his C-gap. And we're going to get one-on-one right here on the backside. It's later in the game, so clear pass rushing situation for the Hawks defense. They're up by a lot at this point. What Murphy's going to eventually get here is a one-on-one opportunity. He's rushing this gap right here, which means the center is going to take him over one-on-one. Murphy does a great job fighting through the block, getting pressure on Kirk Cousins, leads to a turnover. Let's check it out. All right, there's a snap where you can see the offensive line slide to their left, the center, left guard, left tackle, one-on-one right there on the backside. Murphy right here gets up the field quickly. I love to see that. He goes to his left right there, then does the counter move, pressure in the quarterback's face. This is what I like right here. He beats the center with this counter move. Kirk Cousins feels him. He can't step into the throw. You can see Murphy right there with his hand up. Again, good, clean play. Doesn't try and dive at the quarterback. Doesn't try and draw a dumb penalty. Gets pressure on the quarterback right in his face. High throw, interception, turnover, Hawks ball. This is what they need out of Byron Murphy in pass rush situations. Earlier on this season, I felt he was getting a little too cute. He was trying to use with his speed too much. He was trying to beat everybody outside like he was an outside edge rusher. One-on-one opportunities like this, push-pull is what you need to do. Get pressure right in the quarterback's face, avoid the dumb penalties, and it leads to turnovers. Great work from Byron Murphy here.
Yeah, Nick, and we always hear the old adage, back and better than ever, and that's the case here for Byron Murphy. Really came out this season strong, had 2 okay games, then the injury happened. You wonder, what is he going to do when he comes back? And against a good Falcons team at that, a really strong offensive line this Falcons team has, he comes back and has his best performance of the season with that 74.6 overall grade per PFF, a really strong coming back party for Byron Murphy.
All right, going back to some run defense, there is Murphy, number 91, of course, right there in the middle of your screen. He's lined up on what we call a one technique or a shade right there on the right side, the offensive right side of the center right there. This is a really tough situation for Murphy because the Falcons are going to bring a motion right there with that receiver, and they're going to run a zone scheme to the left side of the offense away from the motion. Everyone's going to take their zone blocking tracks just like this, trying to get hats on hats. This backside guard right here, his job is to cut off Murphy. If Murphy gets cut off at all right here, you can see the numbers advantage the Falcons are going to have. They're going to have hat on hat, hat on hat, hat on hat, hat on hat right there with motion kind of holding these linebackers and safeties. It's a chance for a really nice run for the Atlanta Falcons. But here, if on the backside, you can beat this cutoff block and force the running back to take a wider path than you want to, you can blow up this play. Murphy does just that. Let's check it out. All right, there's the motion. There's a snap. You can see everyone taking their zone tracks for the Atlanta Falcons offense. They're basically sprinting to the left side of the offense right there. You can see the backside right guard right there. He's trying to cut off Murphy. Murphy's a great athlete, works through that, forces this forces this running back, to get so wide right into his help, and the Hawks defense is there to finish the play. This is good team defense. This is outstanding work. Because if you watch this play out, and I will freeze it right here, let's say Murphy doesn't get this kind of penetration. Let's just say he's kind of held up over here. Look at this cutback opportunity, right? Imagine Murphy's not there. We got hats on hats on hats. This running back cuts behind us. We're only Julian Love right here, the backside safety, is the only guy preventing a touchdown. This is what you need on the backside. This is great work by Murphy. Again, athletic, explosive. He doesn't make the play. He doesn't make the tackle. Doesn't show up on the stat sheet. But the effort, the athleticism, forces the running back into his help, turns what could have been a big play for the offense. Again, look at this cutback lane. It's there into a win for the Hawks defense. All right, from the wide copy, you can see right there, Murphy in the middle of your screen. There's the motion. Watch him beat 63 across the formation. Watch how far that widens the running back. Again, the running back kind of wants to take this vertically, almost right between the two hashes right there. Watch how far he has to go. He has to go all the way almost to the numbers, right? He wants to stay right on this hash and cut up right at the hash. You can see where that hole is, right? Right to the left side of the hash. That's where the running back wants to cut behind. But Murphy does a great job getting penetration. It forces the running back too far left into the Hawks' help. Great work here by the rookie. All right, going to another pass rush situation. There's Murphy right there lined up in a two-eye technique. Here, the Seattle Seahawks are going to run a stunt inside. They're going to have this defensive tackle right here. I believe it's Leonard Williams coming inside, barreling into that center, trying to pull the guard this way and hold up the center. Then they're going to have right there the rookie Murphy come around. Murphy does a great job. He kind of slow plays this a little bit, then comes around the corner with attitude, gets pressure on the quarterback, leads to another Hawks interception. Let's check it out. All right, there's a snap. You can see 99 come inside, get on the center. Murphy comes around untouched. Again, smart play. Look where he hits the quarterback. Right in his chest, right there. He kind of glances off to the left side. He doesn't bury his weight into him, right? He doesn't throw his body at him. He doesn't jump up high and hit him in the head. Doesn't do anything stupid like that. It's the NFL in 2024. You do something like that, you'll give the offense a free 15 yards. I hate that's the reality, but that's the reality we live in. You got to understand that if you're a defender, and that's exactly what Murphy does here. Smart play, pressure on the quarterback. Cousins can't step into his throw. What happens? High throw, interception, turnover. Again, talked about it earlier on, very similar to the other play, the other interception. Murphy getting pressure right in the quarterback's face. He's such an athletic, big presence that getting pressure right up the middle, quarterbacks like Kirk Cousins here won't be able to step up into the throw, and it'll lead to more and more turnovers for the Seattle defense.
Yeah, Nick, and one thing we've seen from Murphy really well this season is his ability to be a threat as an interior pass rusher. I think week 2, we saw his peak so far this season, that 74.6 pass rushing grade there. But this week, he comes back, like I said, again, comes back strong, a 70.6 pass rushing grade for Murphy. Again, I'll reiterate it, against a very good, a very capable Falcons offensive line. Was able to get a couple of good pressures in there as well. I think he's returning to form. That's the question a lot of times with these injuries. Can someone come back, and really, how long is it going to take them to be good? Well, Murphy, he seems like he's already on the track to be as good as he was at the top of his game in the first 3 games of the season.
All right, going back to a run defense, the Falcons are going to run a play they like to run. Once again, they're going to bring the receiver in motion right here, and it's going to be just inside zone this way with the desire to cut back. This is a play. This is teach tape technique right here from Murphy, right? You see this kind of technique usually from a defensive lineman that's played, 300 NFL games, it seems like. It's going to be a double team right here with the center working to take him over, guard working his own double team, trying to get up to the next level. I want you to watch the technique in terms of how Murphy plays this double team while maintaining his gap. Remember, he is an A-gap defender on this one. He wants to make sure he stays in his gap right here between the center and the guard and keep his feet parallel to plug up that hole. Let's check out what he does here. Phenomenal technique. All right, we get the motion. We get the snap. There's the double team right there. We can see the zone play that the Falcons are trying to run. Watch his technique from Murphy. He feels the double team. He takes his inside knee. Watch how he puts it in the dirt. Boom. Right there. He gets low. He gets skinny. Guard has to come off. He then gets up on his feet, positions himself, feet parallel to the line of scrimmage. Great position. Outside the center right there. He is still in the A gap, right? If you look at this structurally, the A gap between the left guard and the center, look where Murphy ends up. Still in the A gap, in a position to do his job. Phenomenal technique. This is what it takes inside from any run stopping defensive lineman. Obviously, you need to be a great athlete if you want to get tackles for loss. You need to be big and strong to not get blown off the football. But in terms of perfect technique, doing your job, this is awesome by Murphy. All right, now let's go with the play that I think Murphy needs to work on a little bit. There he is, of course, right there. He's lined up and head up on the guard right there. I'd call that maybe a 2-eye or a 3, whatever you want to call that technique right there. The Hawks basically have 3 down defensive linemen to try and stop this Falcons running game. They're going to bring a receiver across the formation in motion, right there. And it's going to be zoned towards the motion this time for the Atlanta Falcons. And basically what it means is we're going to get hats on hats everywhere right here for the Falcons. We're going to get the backside tackle trying to cut off Murphy. That is a mismatch right there against number 91. This is an example of Murphy gets a little too far vertical, so he's not quite able to blow up the play. But he still shows a good effort here being part of the tackle. Let's check it out. All right, there's the motion. There's a snap. You can see once again, everyone sprinting to the offensive right, the left side of your screen there. Backside tackle trying to cut off Murphy. He can't get it done, gets away with holding right there a little bit. Now, again, we saw earlier, Murphy did a great job staying flat. Here he gets too north and south, gets past the running back, can't make the play. I'd love for him to stay flat down the line of scrimmage. If he does that, he blows up number 7 right around the line of scrimmage. But even though he gets vertical, though, he still puts his foot in the ground, hustles, helps, makes the play. That's something that's really good to see. I see a lot of young defensive linemen, they make mistakes, and even veterans too. They kind of throttle it down right here and kind of go a little lackadaisical. They're not real competitors, right? They say, well, crap, I didn't do a great job this play. Let me throttle it down. Not Murphy. He's got a great motor, great intensity. Love to see that in a young defender. Look at this from the wide copy right there. You can see the motion. Watch him beat the tackle across his face. Right there, get flat. He has a chance to make this play in the backfield or near the line of scrimmage. Gets a little too far vertical. Look, he probably gets held. It's not all his fault. But again, the motor is there. Puts his foot in the ground, makes a tackle. You talk about effort from this Hawks defense. I tell you what, Coach Mike McDonald has done a great job across the board. Good position. Again, they get blown off the football a little bit, right? They got hats on hats for the Atlanta Falcons. Right here, this looks like it could be a really big run, but everyone's flying to the football. Everyone's still trying to work hard. Everyone's fighting through every block, trying to get on the pile. Great team defense from Seattle. Again, physically, execution-wise, not great. Murphy too far vertical. They get kind of beat up here on the play side. But when you play as a team, you play with good effort, you still do a good job on defense. All right, this next play is an example of where you can do your job as a defender and it still doesn't work out because your teammate does a poor job. So here the Falcons are going to once again bring a man in motion because it's the Atlanta Falcons. That's what they do. And this time we're going to get a zone blocking scheme right here to the left side of the offense, the right side of your screen right there. We're going to get a basic double team, zone double team working up to the next level right here. Again, Murphy's job in this situation is to maintain his gap responsibility. He can't give up any movement. He wants to stay between the center and the guard, try and keep his feet parallel to line of scrimmage. He wants to, in a perfect world, maintain his gap and hold up both of these linemen. If he does that, one of his linebackers will make the play 99 times out of 100. Murphy does this great job, but unfortunately, number 0 does not. Let's check it out. There's the motion. There's a snap zone scheme. We get a double team right there. Let's see how Murphy handles this, right? Double team happens. Feet parallel to line of scrimmage, maintains his gap. He's on both offensive linemen. Nice work. There it is, 0. You've got an unblocked path to the running back. This is a kill shot. Oh my goodness, number 0 is going to blow him up right there. What is that? Ugh, that's so frustrating. Get downhill, bro. Murphy's doing such a great job. This is perfect defensive tackle play. You talk about doing your job, doing the ugly work in the running game. This is what you want. Right there, you've got 2 good offensive linemen on your rookie defensive tackle. He's giving up almost no ground, maintaining his gap. You have a clear shot to the hole, right? You can see offensive lineman there. Tight ends, receivers there. There's the hole. There's the running lane. Get through that. Make the play for a tackle for loss or right at the line of scrimmage. I don't know what 0 does here. Doesn't do his job at all and then gets kind of thrown aside. That is really tough to see. This is bad football, right? Now, look, the Hawks defense generally played good. This is not good. But to be positive, Murphy, you're talking about great team defense here. Again, doesn't get the credit because his teammate screws him up here. But look, holding up 2 offensive linemen, maintaining his ground, not getting moved vertically, making sure he's maintaining gap responsibility as well. Clear path for the linebacker. Nice work here by Byron Murphy.
Yeah, Nick, and we see Murphy, great run defense game here from him. Great play here for him in the run defense department as well. 67.8 overall grade, one of his highest of the year. I think he's done a great job this season overall. He's been a fantastic pass rusher. We all know that. He's been a great tackler, very consistent, no missed tackles as well. But the one thing he's been a little inconsistent is the run defense grade. Before this, the last 2 weeks, week 2, week 3 versus New England and Miami respectively, 49, 46 run defense grades. He comes back to form this week, but I want to see more of games like this from Murphy. So we see him doing what he's doing in the run defense game right here, how impactful it could be if his teammates help him out. But I think he's doing a really great job, just a little bit of more consistency from Murphy.
All right, talking about consistency, how about winning the play at the point of attack? So obviously the game's over for all intents and purposes at this point. The Falcons have subbed in their rookie quarterback, but they're still playing, right? They're still growing man football. They're going to run an inside zone concept directly at Byron Murphy. It's going to be a zone double team, the guard helping here before working him to the next level. Center working to take over, tackle working to get up to the defensive end, and then backside cutoff blocks right here, again on the backside for the Atlanta Falcons. Murphy right here in a 2-eye technique. He is technically an A-gap player by the lineman, but he does a good job, ended up being a B-gap defender, helps reading, recognizing what goes in front of him, does a nice job stuffing the run. Let's check it out. All right, there's a snap. You can see right there, Murphy feels the zone play happening. He's lined up in the A-gap. I said he was a B-gap player. He got a little wider than I would have liked there, but really I'm wrong. He actually does a great job maintaining the A-gap because he's between the right guard and the center. This is nice by Byron Murphy. Now he gives up a little bit of ground right there, gets his helmet and body turned just a little bit, but he gets back to a good spot and makes the play at the point of attack. This is good run defense, right? Is it great run defense? Is it tackle for loss? No, but this is good quality run defense, right? Maintaining a responsibility, because that's what happens here. If you look at the Hawks defense across the board, and again, I know we got some backups in there, but let's look who has each gap responsibilities. Everyone where they needs to be. Defensive end sets the edge. Yep, forces a running back inside. Nicely done. Linebacker right here. Do you get over to the B gap to cut off that opportunity? Yep, nicely done. How about on the backside? We have the linebacker right here. He's responsible for the backside A gap. Does he follow that A gap? Not great there, but guard gets up to him. Tough play there. How about this defensive lineman right here? Does he come across and hustle down line of scrimmage, not get reached? Yep, he does a great job. He actually takes over the backside completely there. Across the board, this is quality team defense for the Seattle Seahawks. And this is what I'm talking about. Good effort, good gap responsibility for the most part. Physical nature here. Don't like getting blown off the football. Does a good job, though, initiating the contact, helping get the running back on the ground. Flashes of greatness we're starting to see from Byron Murphy. Fundamentally sound. Coming out of college, a lot of people thought he was maybe a little raw. A lot of people thought he had a chance to be a great player, but he had to be more consistent in terms of his technique. I think early on in his career, his technique is what impresses me. He's a great team defender in McDonald's scheme. Take a look at from the wide copy. Watch Murphy right there. Use his hands, run down the line of scrimmage. Again, you can see this kind of wall of Seattle Seahawks right here. Running back has nowhere to go. Defensive end set the edge. Linebacker's got the B gap. Murphy's got the A gap. Backside defensive line crashing down. Nowhere to go. Limited gain. Good quality team defense. I tell you what, some young defensive linemen, they get reached here. And if he gets reached, maybe there's a run here. Maybe he gets blown up, too far this way, and the running back can cut behind. Murphy does a great job maintaining his gap along with a lot of other guys. Helps make the play there at the point of attack. Good defense from Murphy. Good defense from Seattle.